Hey there, Vaughn Ripley here. I'm an inspirational speaker and extreme encourager. Over the years, I've collected a few microphones and tried out many more for my speaking gigs, video chats, and videos for YouTube, like this one. I thought I'd put up an unbiased and quick review of several of my go-to mics. After I discuss each one shown here, I'll do an unedited test so that you can decide for yourself. Let's get started. If you want one microphone and need it to cover the full gambit, look no further than the Shure SM58. This is a dynamic mic that requires an XLR connection, and it is bulletproof. I'm actually recording this opening sequence using one of mine. This mic will set you back about $100, and it is worth every penny and will last forever. Next, if you simply want a USB mic for video chats or a podcast, then the Samson C01U is a great choice. I love mine and always use it for video chats and other PC-based recordings. Because it's a condenser, you'll probably want a shock mount to avoid bumps and other noises. Speaking of noises, I always use a pop filter for up-close mic work. This Samson is $90 and a great option for the USB user. Next is my lavalier. I'm only including my VidPro XM-L lavalier condenser mic because I use it sometimes when recording with my Canon 50D DSLR camera. Mostly this is because the camera's built-in mic isn't all that great. You can practically steal these toys for about $20. My cream of the crop mic, an absolute favorite, is my Shure BLX14R MX53 wireless head-worn mic. As the name indicates, it's wireless, so you need to check with your venue to make sure your frequency won't be an issue. This bad boy is a condenser and will set you back about $550. But if you're like me and wander the stage, plus don't like holding a mic in your hands, I tend to swing my arms around while I'm inspiring, then this thing is an excellent choice. That's it for the descriptions. Remember that you'll need an XLR cable for those types of mics, and that costs around $20. Also, you might need a mixer or some other type of XLR interface to use any of the XLR microphones. The simple solution I found when not using my mixer is to use the Shure X2U XLR to USB adapter, which will run you about $100. It's truly a great piece of equipment and can also provide phantom power to your condenser mics if they need it. Now let's move into my recording room and test each microphone. The first microphone that I'm going to test is the built-in one on my Canon 70D. I said it right that time. And then I'm going to progress and change to each different microphone. There will be no editing on this sound. I'm not going to pull out any background noise or anything like that, but I may adjust gain to make sure that they're all at a similar volume. But now, you be the judge. Which microphone worked out best in each of these scenarios? I'll use the same quote, and it's from Jack Kerouac. Because in the end, you won't remember the time that you spent working in the office or mowing your lawn. Climb that goddamn mountain. This is the lavalier mic, and it's plugged directly into my camera. Because in the end, you won't remember the time you spent working in your office or mowing your lawn. Climb that goddamn mountain. This is the Shure SM58, and I'm converting the XLR to USB using a Shure X2U. Because in the end, you won't remember the time you spent working in the office or mowing your lawn. Climb that goddamn mountain. This is the Samson C01U. Because in the end, you won't remember the time that you spent working in the office or mowing your lawn. Climb that goddamn mountain. This is the BLX14R wireless headset. Because in the end, you won't remember the time you spent working in the office or mowing your lawn. Climb that goddamn mountain. I must admit that I'm a little bit blown away by the results of my test. At the same time, some of it I completely expected. I carefully listened to each recording and then weighed pros and cons to come up with the following order of preference. I ranked each of the microphones on a scale of 1 to 10. Now, while cost is a factor, I didn't really let it play much into my decision because I truly believe that when it comes to microphones, you get what you pay for. Let's get on to my final review. In last place, and performing surprisingly horrible, I gave my VidPro XM-L lavalier microphone a lowly 4 out of 10 points. Honestly, I'm glad I did this test because I didn't realize just how bad this mic was until I paid close attention and matched it up against my other ones. This mic put off a tinny feel and it added large volumes of background noise and even changed my pitch. Heck, if I didn't know better, I think it even gave me a nasally sinusy sound. I could note that I have used many lavalier mics in the past, and they've always been high-end ones that perform tons better than my hunk of junk. One drawback I've always found was they crunch and make tons of noise when you move around. My cheap one, however, is simply worthless. Let's move to fourth place. Surprisingly, my Canon 70D's internal microphone, I found that it was better than the external lavalier plugged into it. I ranked my Canon 6 out of 10. Even though this one was similar in quality to the cheap lavalier, I found it a hair better sounding, and the convenience of having it built in added to the charm. In third place was my Samson C01U with a hearty 7 out of 10 points. This mic allowed some noise, and I thought the vocals were so-so to a little above average. However, because it's a USB mic, I still love the ease of use and the power that comes in such a low-cost package. Standing strong in second place was my Shure SM58. The noise level was supreme on this mic, but I still can't get over needing to use a boom stand or have one of your hands filled with a heavy mic. So I gave it an 8 out of 10 points. Also, I noticed that this mic was the only one that I had to really boost the gain on, and it still came across as quiet. Maybe I am biased after all, or some might say I'm spoiled, but my Shure BLX14R MX53 crushed the competition with a solid 9 points out of 10. While I did notice a slight amount of background noise, I thought it did the best job of conveying my voice. And the fact that I'm completely hands and wire free just adds icing to the cake. There you have it, folks. That's my opinion. Now please let me know what you thought. And if you enjoyed my review, please like, subscribe, and share. Thanks, and I'll catch you sometime soon.